I think it's interesting the gastropub trend comes on the heels of two other trends, the hipster steakhouse trend and the tapas trend. I think people are a little frustrated with $40 entrees, a la carte steaks, and the sticker price on small plates for tapas, which, you know, should be a small bill as well, but it's not. There's a lot of pressure on chefs to succeed in the high-end restaurants, and LA will always have high-end restaurants. We're an industry-driven town, no doubt about that. Lots of people with you know, large expense accounts. But for the rest of us, you know, what are we left to do when we have to face the inadequacies of trying to get past the velvet rope, when we are faced constantly with a reservation schedule of either 5:30 or 10 o'clock? Nobody wants to eat in LA that early or that late.
Where we had a change in eating habits. People were getting more interested in what they were putting in their mouths. And the same sort of proliferation that there was in young chefs in this country that there was there.
The gastropub is actually a concept based on atmosphere. It's not really one based on food. So freedom of expression in that sort of area is one of the things that the gastropub offers. When it came from London and came to the United States, I think it sort of mimicked, you know, sort of the freedoms that the United States offers. And we don't really have these old buildings. You know, we're not rooted in these old communities. We don't have the old pubs to gastrify, so to speak. Gastropub, you're going to get sort of simple food. It's going to be prepared with local ingredients the majority of the time. Great selection of beers, probably wines most of the time to sort of match up with that. And what you're getting is sort of innovative comfort food. When you come here to the United States and it transfers here, you're going to California, you're going to get fresh ingredients, you're going to get probably California cuisine influence, as well as some of the international influences that we have here in Los Angeles.
I just feel so comfortable and cozy here, and the food is insane good. It's so yummy. And, you know, like I can come out and I can have a fabulous dinner, but I don't have to get all dressed up, and I can be really comfortable. You know, the service is fantastic. Nobody's snooty.
What I think about gastropubs is that I tend to overdress because they're really casual. You come in here, you can have the top quality food that you wouldn't necessarily get at a more dressy place. They serve you well, they're young, it's a more hip environment.
People start to compare food with, or pair food with different beers. And beer really is an excellent pairing, especially if you look to the different portfolios of beers that you have. And you can really go anywhere, and there's like beer with cheese. There's an excellent variety they can create there.
I think is really a term that's pretty relevant to London, and in some ways we've sort of given a nod to that with fish and chips, but at the same time we have a burger which is pretty uniquely American, so I don't feel like we're particularly an English pub. I think people make that confusion and say, oh, you guys are trying to be an English pub, when we're not. We're trying to be a neighborhood restaurant that's affordable and accessible. takes into consideration the entire experience of dining. So I think it takes into consideration the food, the drink, as well as the social aspects of it.